In this video, I will show you how recruitment companies can use InstTalent to find customers on Autopilot. Client acquisition in recruitment usually takes a lot of manual work. You need to find the right companies that are hiring, understand if they are relevant, identify the right decision makers, find contact data and structure everything before you even can start outreach. With InstTalent, you can make that process a lot faster and even automatic. So I'll show you how to go from market search to potential customer opportunities inside the platform. So let's see. Case we will see on the client side. As you see, we have candidate and client side, and in this case, we're going to utilize the client side. You can actually do the workflow and the automatic side of things, both directly from the search, but also in what we call workflows. But we are going to do it here directly from the search, and we are going to choose job posting as our signal. And in this case, we want to first write the title we're looking for, and that could be then, let's say we are looking for account executive roles in Stockholm, and then contact title, who do we want to contact? Probably CEO, head of sales, or maybe HR. That's some examples. And then we press here, look for it, and then we will have the AI transform this, of course, to it will search for some more titles that could be relevant, and then start one-time search, start automation workflow, or get suggestions to find more. In this case, we want to try the automation workflow, so we will do that, and then you see you get some options here, and we will do the full outreach autopilot. This is the absolute most convenient thing. And then you see job titles, you could add more here if you want to, industry as well. I usually recommend to just keep it open because you want as many jobs as possible weekly, that's good. Then you see the AI filter, and this is a good one because here you see exclude freelancers, agencies, consultancies, include only full-time employees at established companies. And in this case, I would also like exclude these companies, and then I would paste all my clients as well here because I don't want to reach out to them. That makes me seem very stupid. So then I would just like paste all of them here. For example, let's say ABC, Google, Microsoft, and then it will exclude these companies as well before the next step. So we save that step, and that means the AI will help us to filter out people we don't, or companies first of all, that we don't even want to reach out to, and then it's going to fetch the profiles after that. So we know that it can be filtered out, and in this case, CEO, Chief Executive Officer, Stockholm, that's correct. And in this case, maybe we also would like to increase chances even more, sales manager or something like that, and COO, CCO, something like that. Save that. And then we see after fetch profile, we have analysis, and this is like, we would just double check the contact person. We could actually like delete this step as well. I don't think it's super necessary because we have done the check before already on the company. And in this case, we want to enrich them, and then you can pick what you want to do, and then you see the cost. LinkedIn, email. If you want to do something automatic, email and LinkedIn is more than enough. If you want to call them and create like a step where you call people, then you can just include that. But in this case, we do it like this, and then add to campaign. You can create a new campaign. You can add them to a campaign we have. And in this case, we are creating a new campaign, as you see, and this will be called AE test job, for example. Like this, and then we can create it directly in here. Sequence, we create manually, and we create hi, first name. I saw you job advert for a sales role, because they have, like, that's why we even get them in our workflow. So we can do something like this, and that is what my company Sakura helps companies like their company value to find, and then I act too great. And this is because I know we have a database, we have active people and that kind of stuff. So I actually know we have that, so I can say that with confidence. Great AEs that are looking in Stockholm right now, where one of them specifically have, you maybe can see the requirement, like maybe you can take some general things, but 3 years and then maybe like worked, hit quota 2 years in a row, whatever achievements that salesperson had. Like achievements usually is the most important, and maybe became #1 last year, something like that. And then would you be open for a short conversation over a Google Meet, something like that. That's usually enough, and then you can say, like, in the subject I usually have something, have you finished yet, or something like that. Finished the role yet, something like that. And yeah, I usually try to keep out of that, and then we can add, let's say we would like to add a task where you connect with them on LinkedIn or something like that. You could do that, and then you see that, like, connect LinkedIn like this, and now we can take email as well as the last thing. Hi again. And then you can keep it very, very simple. Did you manage to see my last email? Question mark. We can give it extremely simple and delay like 3-4 days or something like that. And this one, let's say it can be 1 day actually, because it's only a connection. So that's, yeah, not minutes, days, of course. And then we take next, and then we see conservative. Always good to start conservative so your email doesn't get into spam and get trashed. And then you can press start campaign. Like, it's gonna start then, yeah, successfully, as you see. So it's gonna be started there, and then we see we can, yeah, that is done. And then you can do the same here. You see that's correct, and then you see analysis. We can skip that one here as well. Then you see enrichment, same. Then you see campaign. Then you can just add them to the same campaign, like we did this one. Says that, and then you see everything is done, and then you can just press next. Then you see account executive. We'll call the workflow that, of course. Credit budget. Of course, you have some kind of credit. So when it comes to contact details and AIUs and that, so I would probably say, okay, 1,000 or 1,500 a month or something like that credits, or even more, 2,000. And then frequency, weekly, no, daily, and that means it will pull in jobs every day, 7 a.m. and the active duration we can try for 1 week first, and then you see all the steps here, and it's done. And then we will create a workflow, and then you see it's created, and we can press here to come into it as well, and then it will appear here, everything that we created, like the jobs and that kind of stuff as well. And it will usually take just a few minutes as well for it to appear here. The good thing now is that everything will happen automatically, so everything from the jobs coming in, the AI filter to filter out companies, and then from that to finding the right contacts, and then finding contact details, and then sending to these people as well. And if you want to have like a step where you have just a task with a number, for example, and want to call them, that's usually a good thing. You can do that as well. But I'm actually going to pause here and come back when the flow appears here as well. So it went a little bit faster than I thought, and then we see here are all the jobs, and it's quite some, like it's 100 at least right now. And then we see the status include, that means it's not one of the companies, and it's not like an agency and that kind of stuff. Exclude, it's not meeting, and then you see it's classified as a company type of self-owned and has a small time. Okay, so probably like freelancers and that kind of stuff. And then we see that is done, and then when they are getting like this, then they will be found as well. In some cases it's not found, like any contact details, but in this case it was. And then you see emails is found as well, and they are already in the campaign as well. And it will go through all the profiles throughout here, and it's not done yet for sure. But then we see some more are added here as well. And I mean, all these are people getting sent to immediately now because we have preset everything. So it's very convenient, and as you see, it took like 11 minutes. I paused for 1-2 minutes, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you would like to delete someone from here or find the job or something, you can just mark here and actions and delete, for example. But you can also, if you want to look at the job, for example, let's say we want to see this form. Then we can press it, and then we will actually come into the job directly in LinkedIn as well. So that's basically how it works, and it's running now automatically and gets people to answer or just book in calls if you also include like a booking link as well. That's it. That is the customer acquisition side of Instalent. Instead of manually researching companies, decision makers, and contact data across multiple tools, you can use Instalent to structure that process much faster in one workflow, even automatic. This is how recruitment companies can move closer to customers on Autopilot. It is also one of the reasons we can move faster with a small team at Core. If you run a recruitment company and want to test it for yourself, you can try Instalent for free for 7 days through the link below here somewhere. And thank you. See you in the next one.